No one noticed anything strange about the photographer at first. He arrived early, before the guests, before the flowers were fully set. He was thin, polite, dressed in a black suit that looked a little too old-fashioned for a modern wedding. He introduced himself simply as Mr. Hale, shook the groom's hand, and asked where he could set up. The bride thought he looked tired. The groom thought he looked nervous. Neither of them thought to ask why they couldn't remember hiring him. But weddings are chaos, vendors come and go, names blur together. And Mr. Hale worked quietly, efficiently, like someone who had done this many times before. When the guests arrived, he began taking photos. At first, everything seemed normal. Smiles, laughter, clinking glasses. But then the maid of honor noticed something odd when she looked over his shoulder. He wasn't capturing moments, he was waiting. He would lift the camera, frame a guest carefully, and hesitate sometimes for several seconds until something subtle changed. A smile faded, a hand trembled, someone blinked too long. Then he would press the shutter, and every time he did, his face tightened, like he was bracing himself. The first person to see their photo was the bride's uncle. He was drunk and curious and demanded to see how he looked. Mr. Hale tried to refuse, but the man insisted. The screen showed the uncle standing exactly where he was now, but behind him, the reception hall was dark and empty. His face was frozen mid-screen. Blood ran from his ears. Above him, a chandelier was shattered on the floor. Everyone laughed, assuming it was a joke, some kind of edgy filter. The uncle laughed too, though not as hard. An hour later, the chandelier fell. They said it was a loose bolt, a freak accident. The uncle died before the ambulance arrived. People started leaving after that, but the photographer stayed. The bride confronted him near the bar, her voice shaking. She asked him what kind of sick trick he was playing. Mr. Hale looked genuinely upset. "I don't take pictures of people," he said quietly. "I take pictures of moments that are already waiting for them." She told him to leave. He didn't argue. He only asked one thing before he went. "Have you seen your photo yet?" She hadn't, and she never wanted to. After the wedding, the photos were delivered in a plain black box with no return address. The couple almost threw it away. Almost. They flipped through the album slowly. Every image was wrong. Every smiling guest was shown seconds, minutes, hours before death. A groomsman slumped over a steering wheel. A cousin lying at the bottom of a stairwell. The maid of honor in a hospital bed, eyes open, unblinking. Some deaths had already happened, others hadn't. The last photo stopped them cold. It was the bride and groom, standing at the altar. But the church was empty, the windows were boarded shut. The groom's hand was gripping his chest. The bride was screaming, her dress soaked dark at the hem. On the back of the photo, written neatly in ink, were 3 words. "I'm sorry." They tried to track him down. The phone number on the contract didn't exist. The business name led nowhere. No one remembered recommending him. No one remembered seeing him arrive, only that he had been there. Weeks passed. They stopped looking at the album. Life tried to move forward. Then the groom collapsed at work. Heart attack. No warning. No family history. The bride remembered the photo as she stood beside his hospital bed. She remembered the angle, the lighting, the exact way his face looked. It was identical. He died that night. The bride burned the album the next morning. Every photo except one, her own. She kept it hidden, face down, in the back of a drawer. She told herself she wouldn't look, that knowing wouldn't change anything. Years passed. She remarried. She laughed again. She almost believed she had escaped whatever curse followed that photographer. On the morning of her second wedding, there was a knock at the door. A plain black box sat on the welcome mat. Inside was a single photo. It showed her in a white dress, standing at an altar. But this time, she was alone. And behind the camera's reflection in the mirror, barely visible, was a man holding a camera, waiting. The ink on the back was still fresh. "I tried to warn you."